Blog Forum Gdańsk. Pierwsza międzynarodowa konferencja blogerów w Gdańsku, mieście wolności. Zaprasza Gdańsk 2016. Kandydat do tytułu Europejskiej Stolicy.
We are here with Brian Solis, great blogger and futurologist, and also author of Engage. So let's start with this first question. As you said in one of your lately revolution video, we are all students. There is no time to become an expert when technology develops so fast. Mm-hmm. So I have a question. If we are not actually experts, when we are never sure about the future, about the technology, how to distinguish actually a social media expert, a real expert, from just a person who is up to date, who just know what is going on?
Well, it's an interesting question because I think the answer actually tells us how to become an expert, and that is, if you are in a position to understand the difference between an expert and a non-expert, you yourself are probably closer to an expert, at least understanding what it takes to recognize opportunity, to embrace it, and to execute against it. It's different because new media is moving so quickly that many are jumping in and publishing, profiles on Twitter and Facebook and blogs, and they're not necessarily stopping to think what it is that they're trying to change, what it is they're trying to accomplish, what it is that they're hoping to inspire. And it starts there. For any individual who is looking for a social media expert, I think that they should start by becoming sort of aware of what it takes to become successful in these forums. Many people don't know the answer to what success looks like, right? They might think it's a lot of followers, it's a lot of likes, it's a lot of viewers or a lot of subscribers, but I call this a click to action. If you can steer experiences and drive outcomes in a particular direction, then you know you are on the right path. And it takes us to rethink why we're approaching social media in order for us to get there. So I don't know that there's an easy answer on how to recognize this, because I think we have to first define what it is we're trying to accomplish, and then we can start to look at individuals or look at organizations that might be able to help us get there.
Okay, so
another question about learning, actually. From what we've noticed, for example, in Poland there's over 1 million private companies, smaller businesses, medium ones, and actually any kind of marketing information, marketing magazines don't sell more than 10,000. So actually, for me, it says that Polish marketers don't want to learn. They don't want to learn new things. And for example, that's why social media awareness isn't as high as it could be in Poland. And I was wondering, how could we change that? How could we engage people to actually make them want to learn by themselves? And whether in the States there was a similar situation that the market, did it have to develop in any way in order for people to learn more?
I think it's something that affects not just countries, but cultures, right? We are used to getting information a certain way. We are used to communicating with one another a certain way until it starts to change, right? Everything is normal until it isn't. And this is that moment. This is an inflection point for us as individuals. And we have choices to make. But it starts with the individuals who see the future or see excited about something new and they embrace it. Now from there, it starts to get momentum. If it feels right, if it works right, if there's enough individuals who think that this is helping them. And think about it, Twitter wasn't the first micromedia network to be successful. Facebook wasn't the first social network to be successful. Success has been defined in increments over the years. It's built upon success until something gets traction. Facebook got traction. And the thing that makes Facebook so unique is that the bigger it gets, the more it pulls people in. It's like a vacuum. And that's because relationships, the degrees of relationships, are separated by those who are in Facebook and those who aren't in Facebook. And in order to stay connected to the growing community of individuals, they have to get connected to stay connected. Same is for blogging, same is for Twitter. Information is changing. And it all starts with whatever that social network experience is, where you're getting your information. And the wonderful thing about blogging, for example, is that I would say that yes, my blog has a great amount of subscribers, but it gets its most amazing traction, its most amazing reach by Twitter and Facebook. People who take the link of the blog post and share it with the social graph, and it starts to extend. And so the outside activity really has a greater impact on the blog than the blog itself. Working together, you create a much bigger, rich new media universe that starts to change society. And in doing so, it starts to change relationships. Like I might see a retweet from you about someone who said something else, so I'll check that out and find it very interesting, and now I just made a new connection. So it will expand. It's just a matter of time, and that's where society starts to affect, the adoption of this. But it's moving that way, and it's because of the people who are already here connecting with one another.
Great, Basia?
Okay. So we don't have time for another question. Just thank you very much for this interview, and I hope we will meet again.
Thank you very much.